5 cherry fragrances that you absolutely need to try. If cherry is a note that you really enjoy, and of course there's so many iconic cherry fragrances on the market, whether we're talking about Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, or we're talking about Fétiche La Rose by Christian Louboutin, which has cherry and rose. There are so many beautiful cherry perfumes on the market, and these are 5 that I think you absolutely must get your nose on, especially if cherry is one of those ingredients that you really enjoy. And of course, sometimes it plays an active role, sometimes it plays a supporting role. I will let you know exactly what is happening in all of these fragrances, but before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and please give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this list. And I do want to mention that especially for one of the fragrances in this list, which is actually quite expensive, I'll let you know which one it is when I reveal it. You can find it at ScentSplit.com. Now, ScentSplit has a lot of decants. They have samples. You can purchase full-size bottles. They have incredible prices, really friendly customer service, super fast shipping, and they have a wide variety of both designer and niche releases for you to check out. So you can pretty much find whatever you're looking for with ScentSplit.com. I've been using them since I want to say 2014 or something like that. I have purchased so many samples utilizing their service, and they're absolutely incredible. So with that being said, let's dive into the list. And the first one that I want to talk about, and this one is really interesting because this is one of the most unique presentations that I have discovered. And this one by Arabiat Prestige is called Bahia Garnet. Now there are 2. There's Bahia Garnet and Bahia Ruby, which is a bit counterproductive and a bit silly because they're both housed in red bottles, Garnet, Ruby, but they smell very different from one another. Ruby is actually the brand's take on Summer Hammer by Lorenzo Battaglia. Not a direct inspiration, but it is a twist, so there are some similarities. This is actually the brand's take on Black Opium Over Red by Yves Saint Laurent. So this one is actually an affordable counterpart to Black Opium Over Red, the only difference being that they took the patchouli and the dry down and they replaced it with fig. So this is a creamy, almost lactonic, coconutty take on cherry. You do have that cherry in the opening. It's a bit syrupy, doesn't smell like Robitussin. It's not a cough syrup type of a cherry note, so we can alleviate that concern, but it's such a beautifully done fragrance. So seductive, so sophisticated for a lady. This one is divine. Once again, this is Bahia Garnet by Arabiat Prestige. Beautiful fragrance. Now, we have another fragrance, which is a take on the Black Opium Over Red DNA. This one has the patchouli. Now, this one is very smooth. In contrast to this one, which is very strong in the opening, you have that syrupy cherry, which smells very velvety, very seductive, very sensual and provocative. This one is very smooth, thus giving the fragrance more of an elegant appeal. And this one by Al-Absar is called Hassa. Again, this one, for whatever reason, it's always out of stock. The cap didn't click into place properly there. This one is always out of stock. It is definitely the most popular Al-Absar, right next to Shahor, or the entire Shahor line. There's Shahor, Shahor Platinum, and Shahor Elixir. One of them smells like Amore Cafe by Mancera. The other one smells like Devotion for Women by Dolce & Gabbana, that lemon pound cake vibe. And then one of them is a hybrid of the 2. Well, Hassa, and by the way, this brand does do inspirations of more popular designer and niche fragrances. This one is their take on Black Opium Over Red, but again, it's very smooth, very elegant, very professional. I really do enjoy it. Now, I'm gonna throw a fun one into the mix. There are so many cherry-based fragrances that I could have spoken about. I could have spoken about Ana Abied Scarlet by Latafa. I could have spoken about Sinful by Okja. I could have spoken about Dossier's take on Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. There's a lot of cherries that I'm seeing here off to the side, I should say. But this is a fragrance that is a very singular, plain cherry type of a fragrance. So if you're not worried about the amber or the vanilla or the fig or the patchouli or the coconut or this or that, if you just want straight up cherry at the steepest budget, right, that you can find. This is a very fun, lighthearted brand, despite the bottles looking so like playful. This one is actually from the brand Tubby's. Anybody can wear this. It's called Cherry Luxe. Check this one out. It is so, so, so cheap. Okay, this is the one that you're gonna need to go to Scent Split for. This is cherry syrup, or cherry liqueur, cognac. I think there's tobacco in this one as well. Is this my favorite on the entire list? Probably. This is probably the one that I find myself wearing the most. I love the fragrance that's in the #1 spot. I'll get to it in just a little bit. But this one is quite expensive. Please get your sample from Scent Split. But this is one of the best cherry perfumes you will ever try in your life. This one by Boudicca the Victorious is called Bodacious. Dark, mysterious, tobacco, booze, cognac. It's so rich. The cherry is so strong. Look at the color of the liquid in the bottle. This is a very bold and confident fragrance. But the perfume in the #1 spot, and I want to talk about this one because I had made videos on the original, which is quite expensive. I know people have been finding them discounted online, but then well, they were running into some other technical issues that I'd rather not discuss, dealing with the atomizer or the clicking mechanism on the atomizer. But anyway, this next fragrance is inspired by a very, very expensive niche brand that has done collaborations with some other really incredible fragrances out there, with incredible brands. Their fragrances are collaboration with incredible brands. And this one is one of the most delicious syrupy cherry fragrances you will ever try. And after I tried this one, I said, I'm going to get the original. And I have the original now. I have both. So I have the real thing and I have this one, which is the inspiration. The inspiration lasts so much longer than the original. And it's so accurate to the original. So this is why I'm telling myself, like, I don't need the original anymore. And I no longer have FOMO with regard to like spraying the original. I will say though, this is one I have not worn in many, 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 many months because I don't wear this type of stuff in the summertime. When it's hot, the last thing you want is a sticky, syrupy cherry fragrance on your skin. But now that the weather is going to start to turn, my goodness, I'm going to be wearing this one so much. And I have probably worn, maybe 25% of it. If you take a look at what's in my bottle, this one by the Dua brand is called Singularity. If you just go to their official site, it'll tell you what it's inspired by. This is, and look at how dark the liquid is in this bottle. I thought this was dark. Forget about it. Well, this is dark because I think the bottle is dark. Yeah, I think it's just the bottle. Never mind. But this stuff is so, so strong. When I tell you this is like 3 times as strong as the original, please believe me. One of the best cherry perfumes on the market, Singularity by the Dua brand. Love the way that they put this one together. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you took something of value from today's episode. But more importantly, I hope I put some brand new fragrances on your radar so you can discover some fragrances that perhaps you've never tried before. And I am a fan of all 5 of these, although there are 2 that I like to wear regularly, 2 that I almost never wear, and 1 that I have layered with for fun in the past. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you took anything of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would truly mean a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.